Oh, here's how dumb I am, Mac. Here's how stupid I am. When Adam first popped up, because I had just stepped out the booth after my verse, I thought he had come in there and he was about to be like, "Damn, Lush, you killed that." So that was my initial thought. When he goes, "You lied to me, Lush," I still thought he was about to be like, "You ain't tell me that you was gonna kill it that hard." That's how fucking warped I am in my head. But no, he was there to put me on blast
Lush
about
is
some weird shit.
so
What's up?
Damn. Yeah, no. I definitely felt bad for you. And by the way, I hope everybody, whether you stay with the brand or not, even Sharp, like I hope everybody lands on their feet because, this content game is super hard. But I also know it is hard, like managing talent. And I remember texting AD about this. I was just like, there's just so much shit going on. I'm wondering when y'all show up there, like for me, I do the best content when I'm like having fun, like when I walk in with a clear mind. You know what I mean? I guess if I'm
Right.
ranting, I'm ranting. But like, if you kind of walk in a place tense, it's kind of like it's different. But I just kept seeing shit happening, and I'm like, yo, damn. I'm like, either y'all just are scripting shit. Like, all right, cool. We're gonna all turn up on you, but we love you and shit like that. But we got to get these ratings. And then now I'm finding out it's not. I'm what the fuck?
Nah, bro, ain't no motherfucking screenwriter better than God. You feel me? This shit ain't. It's just fugazi, but it ain't fake.
No, but what point do you feel like we was walking into work tense? That's just invalid. I didn't see anybody ever work there come into work tense or not happy to be there, like at all.
Well,
just because we were speaking about shit that was going on internally or whatever on the channel doesn't mean we was coming to work like tense or somebody was nervous or scared to be there or didn't want to be there today. Like
Flacco was scared. Like, play this. Flacco had to go behind like his two co-hosts back to tell Adam, like, please get me off the show with these motherfuckers. I think he finna swing on me. Come on, you gotta imagine. Like, there's some testing.
Flacco hang around all Crips. He good.
Shit, well, he wasn't good that day.
Yeah, that day he wasn't.
And shouts to Infinite Boy Trey though. What's up?
Yeah, well, I'll say this, and Tyrell, I hear what you're saying, but also I'm gonna say this. Yo, as y'all all are about to own your own platforms, y'all gonna realize that, bro, there's no amount of money, clout, or viral moment that you would trade you being embarrassed for. You get what I mean? And like putting people in embarrassing situations, like that shit does linger. You know what I mean? That lingered. That actually, it just brings down the morale and shit. So y'all about to see like how y'all are able to more control the environment. But I always felt like, man, if I'm walking to an environment where somebody's just got a bloody mouth at the same table, this dude, like, you know what I mean, basically is always aggressively arguing with this other dude, like people are talking behind each other's back, it feel like you can't trust anyone. I would think that the atmosphere, maybe not for you, T-Row, because you always just seem like the cool nigga there. But and not for AD, because AD always seemed like the big homie. But for other people,
T-Rell's a loke.
But I'm saying at point though, how do you control that? That doesn't come from the talent. That comes from the superior. That comes from the head of the offense.
And also, if you put people next to each other that got problems with each other, what do you expect?
That's what I was thinking. It's like Love and Hip Hop, where they're like, we can't y'all to fight, but if we put both y'all on this couch, knowing that shit is tense, we're probably gonna get some good moments. I don't know, like it felt a little bit different when I thought everybody was in on it. Y'all stopped focusing on what y'all was talking about to the drama going on within, right? Like I definitely saw takes from y'all when y'all were breaking down certain shit, and I'm okay. Like, nah, AD made a pretty valid point right here. Oh shit, but like I like how T-Row kind of like analyzes this. By the way, Lush, I give you credit. Actually, I thought you were pretty good too on the show. I kid you not. I think you're a logical speaker and someone that could definitely be debated with. Because you usually see stuff from like above just in the situation and emotions and feelings. And every time when I was thinking about that, I was like, damn, every time I'm on No Jumper now, I'm thinking, what does he think about him getting pressed or him saying something behind her back? And it felt like it was like real world. I'm like, this is like a show on Zeus.
No, that because that's what you would want to grasp. Everybody grasps to negative shit. You grasp to negativity, but 90% of our shows and 90% of the content that we did was just original with no drama at all. But when we did have drama, that's what people would gravitate to. You feel me? And then they would clip it up. I don't make clips. I don't, you know what I'm saying? If you want people to know the drama, don't create the clips. Don't create the content. You know what I'm saying? Don't put it out there. Like, we didn't do any of that. So when I see, nine times out of 10, I was looking from the outside in like you guys. Because once I leave that fucking building, I'm going home to my fucking kids. So I come back, you know what I'm saying? And be like, okay, so what happened today? All right, good. We got something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it was for me with content, just like y'all. But 90% of the time, like, we weren't just dwelling on inside and internal drama. Like, fuck out of here. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't doing that shit. But when we were, it was kind of crazy, I'll admit. But, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of crazy. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, 90% of the time, we were doing great content and speaking amongst each other, you know what I'm saying?
But what makes it any different? I mean, as content creators, everybody is covering other people's shit anyway. Like,
that's
something
not a
happens
problem.
in hip hop,
Yeah.
people are covering hip hop. Something happens somewhere else, like, Act, you do the same exact thing. People say, hey, Act, react to this shit. You pull up what people want you to see. You be like, all right, fuck it.
Well,
That's the same shit we do.
Well, 80, I'm not talking about like what y'all doing on y'all streams. I was talking about the work environment, right? Like, again, I think y'all are, let me tell you this, the majority of corporate America, like, Van called me one day and we talked about it. He said, you know the reason I got fired from TMZ? He said, the guy that I put my hand around his like neck, that's my friend. Like, we're cool. We joked about it afterwards, but to everybody else in the office, it looked like, damn, big black guy threatening white guy. I don't want to work with him anymore. Like, a lot of people are not used to confrontation in an office setting. So, again, I'm not saying nothing about reacting to stuff, but there was a time that I felt that Flacco probably felt like scared. I felt other people might have been like kind of on edge. You know what I mean? Shit, I don't know how Lush felt when, even though it was Flacco, but it was like, yo, niggas like, yo, let's go outside. It's like, that's not what people expect in a work environment. Like, yo, let's go fight outside real quick. That's just not what people expect.
That shit hella threw me off. And the fact that it was seemingly acceptable in that context, that threw me off even more. I was like, what the fuck?
But you gotta understand why you gotta understand why it happened. It happened because Adam told you to dive in on the nigga. You took it a step further. Flacco felt embarrassed and he had to handle himself. He was hanging around some Crips that said whoop that nigga Lush ass.
I ain't mad at Flacco. I ain't mad at Flacco regardless, though. The fact is, you ain't supposed to, that's not a professional thing to have happen at a work environment.
But it's also not
But
professional.
he wasn't supposed
It's
to
also
expose
not
that nigga either.
professional to call. It's not professional to call his old school and his school teachers and classmates and try to expose the nigga. So we can't sit there and
That
say
whole shit was Adam's fault, though. Let's keep it a stack.
100%.
Bro, AD, did you listen to Adam literally even said last night, and I had never even him on blast for this. He said it himself. He's the one that told me to call the classmates and do all that shit. He
Yeah,
literally
but
admitted
Lush,
that.
Lush, you older than Adam, bro. And can't no other man tell me to do some shit that's gonna do that. Like, nigga, if I'd have been like, nah, I ain't doing that. That's going too far. That's it. You went wrong with
I'm
shit.
not justifying me doing that shit regardless, but
Hold on, let me tell you. We all agree what's unprofessional on camera and what's not supposed to be done, you know what I'm saying, on camera. Lush, what was done to you was unprofessional, correct? What was done to you was unprofessional?
Hell.
Okay, so who's the owner of the company?
Shit, 22.
Okay, so
16.
like I just said, feel me? Like that, you know what I'm saying? It's come from your leader, dog. Like, we not doing this shit. We don't do that shit on camera. We don't do none of that shit. We don't release this shit. We don't make clips. We not in control of any of this shit. Like, that shit comes
Facts.
from your leader, dog. Like, we don't do none of that shit. I don't run Reddits. I don't run Discords. I don't do any of that shit. I just come and speak. So don't blame none of that shit on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, when that shit happened with Kelpie, Hey, look, when that shit happened with Kelpie, that shit was a secret. That shit secret. Nobody knew about that.
Wait, we saw the video
But
though.
Kelpie and all oh yeah, Kelpie and Almighty was the only niggas who knew about that. We didn't have to put that out. We didn't have to put that content out, dog. We didn't have to clip that up. We didn't have to talk about that. We didn't have to do shit. As a matter of fact, Kelpie got a contract before me.
What?
And that's crazy. And,
Wait. What?
That's all facts, be real. But on top of that, we did, like, as a staff, we all knew about that shit, and it never got out, right?
Wait, Kelpie works at No Jumper?
We supposed to keep pressing it, right? But is it for content? We doing it for content? Fuck it. I think it's all good. But if it ain't working in your favor, now everybody unprofessional niggas want to go a different route. Hey, I don't. What the fuck y'all niggas want us to do? We ain't here just trying to do our best.
And T-Rail. When the essays came up there 100 deep, that had nothing to do with me. You feel me? But a nigga went out there and politicked and made sure that it was taken care of. But we the niggas that started.
I ain't gonna lie, you was wilding for that, AD.
What you mean? I didn't start that shit.
No. I guess we're saying that you put pretty much all reputation and affiliations in front of a brand that sometimes things would happen that would cause people to be upset that you had nothing to do with, nor did you co-sign.
So do you understand I'm getting upset about all this shit?
No, of course. I get it there. And that's why I say you're an interesting case, because it's been more than just straight business with you. Like, you've been looking at the shit like this been some personal stuff where shit, I'm putting myself on the I just turned
cool.
point.
It's cool when it's cracking. AD take care of the business. They handle that shit, and then out of nowhere, oh yes, if we go a different way. That's how I looking. That's why I'm looking at it like that.
Yeah, it's just a blessing that I think you guys probably have the two most jumping communities that's kind of rocking out. And by the way, I always encourage people, like, y'all gotta take this as a lesson. Like, Lush, you should be trying to make sure you kind of curate your own audience, and because again, that's the only thing that could prevent these situations from happening. And also, you get to figure out how you want to run shit, right? Like, I'm pretty sure certain type, like in 80, you say you wouldn't have people just be talking about behind people's backs, doing all type of stuff like that. But shit, it happened, man.
Thanks. And I do got my thing. Subscribe to Ruin Your Day. You feel me? I'm about to be having the homies on there doing a bunch of hip hop related content, recovery based content, battle rap shit. Yeah, we already up.
Yeah. 80. Anything else you want to tell the people, man? You still in here?
I'm gonna get out of here, man. Shout out to the Biggest Bros Network. Shout out my boy House Phone, Blasi, Yuri, man. We out of here. Reconnected every Thursday, 6 p.m., man. Love y'all. Hey, Ack, appreciate you, man.
Hey, by the way,
what you say?
Are you on Reconnected? I think people been trying to figure out like where they can find you. Yeah. I'm on Reconnected. It's me, House Phone, Blasi, and Yuri, man. We rocking with the same gang every Thursday, 6 p.m. Biggest Bros Network. Oh, fire!
Yeah, Biggest Bros Entertainment. I'm sorry.
You can't be on figure.
Yeah. Salute to my boy House Phone, man. I'm like, I spoke to Adam. Said something that that's why I know this is straight business. Adam said, "Yo, I was fucked up about the House Phone shit, but this shit, business, man." Yo, I was serious. So, which I understand, which is like, I guess he probably felt he did something wrong there. Which everybody obviously felt like he did something wrong there. But I think with this, he's probably looking at like, this was gonna happen one day, eventually.
Academic.
What up?
Academic. This S-Mac, man. This S-Mac. I'm with AD and them. Me and Duna.
Smack.
Me and Duna right
here. That's Smack, right? What up?
And the Punstigator.
What it do?
Oh, what's good with y'all?
You hear me, Ack?
Hey, Academics.
Hey, what up?
Hey, it's Duna. How come you never bring me and Smack up? You don't fuck with us?
Bro, I'm just finding out who y'all are. Yo, listen. I found out who Smack was because, like, I wasn't that tuned into all the rapping shit, but I was watching a clip on the back on Fig, right? And He started a freestyle this. He was like, yo, first of all, I can't remember what the freestyle was. I'm like, damn, this nigga could. Yo,